Audio levels look good. I see a big giant head in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. I think it's time for a Lotro stream. Hi everybody, it's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to another white-knuckled riveting edition of Adventures After Dark. Antler checking in. Hello, Antler. Antler's excited. So, yeah, the last few weeks I've been dusting off some alts I haven't played in a little while. It was just about a year ago. It was March 25th, 2022. I created a completely brand new Scratch account and rolled up some new tunes so I could demonstrate how to play Lotro completely free to play without having to crack open your wallet. Not saying you shouldn't support Lotro financially, but if you can't support Lotro financially, or if you aren't sure Lotro's the game for you and you just want to try it out for a while, free to play is a terrific mode for Lord of the Rings Online. Eventually, like the rest of us, you'll fall in love with the game. You'll want to maximize the playing time and the joy that you get from the game. And going VIP and subscribing is a great way to do that. But I hadn't played the account for a while. When Warsteinic got to Moria, I was like, that's how you play free to play. I mean, I've got the characters are all geared up, they're doing well, everybody was fine. It was sort of like, I don't really know that I need to show anything more on this account. But I don't believe there's such a thing as a throwaway character. Although I was just chatting with our good friend Adela Valathorn, pronounced just like the singer. We'll shout her out right now. She may still be streaming Lotro. She was in Eastern Gondor when last I left her. Yeah, if you're not following Val, throw her a follow. She's a terrific streamer, a lot of fun to hang out with. And she was saying stuff like, my favorite class is Champion, and then followed closely by Burglar. And I was just like, she knows what she's talking about. And then she's like, yeah, I don't do any crafting. And I'm like, but why? It was confusing. And she doesn't do task item turn-ins, which is just crazy talk, in my humble opinion. But, you know, Lotro is your game. You play it your way. That is all right. So, I get to retrait traits again. Man, I know they like to keep rebalancing everything, but boy, if you have a bunch of alts and you don't get a chance to play them all real regularly, it's a little bit of a wear out. Let me see, I got to adjust a couple things on my screen real quick. Let's do that. Back that up. Bacchus checking in. Hello, Bacchus. I'm doing good. We were just shouting out Val. And I am on Crick Hollow. I thought we would play Warsteinic tonight. And you're not going to play Warsteinic, but I'm going to play Warsteinic. I had a crazy day today. Got some stuff cleaned up at work that needed cleaned up. It was a good day at work. Went out for lunch, and my coworker and I went to a Chinese restaurant here in town that has a cook from Sichuan province, and they actually cook real Chinese food and not the American stuff we're all used to. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you know, I like Mongolian beef and twice-cooked pork as much as the next guy, and I'm happy to eat a crab rangoon and drink some hot and sour soup. But the stuff we had today, I keep dropping my connection for 3 or 4 minutes at a time. Ooh, that is difficult. That's no fun, Bacchus. Hope that straightens itself out here for you. Especially so you can hear all about my awesome Chinese lunch. So the appetizer we ordered was ox and beef tongue served cold in a garlic and chili oil sprinkled with peanuts. It was terrific. And then I don't know what my coworker ordered for sure, but it was delicious and spiced with cumin. And I ordered the pork intestine sauteed with hot peppers, and that was delicious. We both really liked our lunch. We both really liked the appetizer, and I'm so glad we've got a restaurant that's makes those types of entrees available. And we talked to one of the waiters who grew up in China. He's been here in the States for about 9 years, speaks Midwestern English just perfectly fine, really well. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. So Warsteinig's home is still here. That's a happy thing. Let's see how far away I am on my rent, I guess. Um, House, there we go. Unfortunately, Mrs. M was a little under the weather today. She asked me to bring her fish soup and gummy bears. So I got the gummy bears, and then I went back to a Cajun Creole restaurant here in town called Acadian Grill, which isn't too far from the office. And they had been doing a seafood chowder. And I'd had it for lunch, I think Tuesday, might have been Wednesday. It was delicious. It was not inexpensive, so I got her a bowl of it to go. They make it up scratch to order, so I watched them make her soup in a saute pan. Packet to go, tossed in a nice piece of toasted bread. It was $11. And then when I got out to where Mrs. M is staying, she tried it and was like, "Ooh, that's delicious," and then didn't eat it because she wasn't feeling well and laid back down. So that was a little dismaying, but that's okay. She's worth it. If she doesn't feel like eating her soup, she doesn't have to eat the soup. Baka says, I lose my temper when it happens and yell at my PC. Given it's 0500, I can imagine my neighbors aren't amused right now. Your neighbors should be able to sleep through it. I wouldn't worry about it. So, yeah, Mrs. M was doing really good yesterday, and today she was just a little bit under the weather. So, it kind of comes and goes like that. Hopefully she'll have a better day tomorrow. After having such an exotic lunch, I decided to treat myself to an equally exotic dinner. I made macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. They were Oscar Mayer classic beef dogs. Went wonderfully with the macaroni and cheese. That is a comfort food dish from when I was a kid. I'm sure Mom fed us lots of macaroni and cheese and hot dogs growing up. I don't know why that combination works as well as it does. But there's just something about getting pieces of hot dog mixed up with that plastic cheese sauce, and it's just, yeah, it works. It's a happy thing. I also had an interesting experience on my way home. I'm normally not a big fan of hand dryers in public restrooms. They generally don't get your hands completely dry. They're noisy. They take time. But I stopped off at Walmart because I was dangerously low on Coke Zero. I had 3 bottles of Coke Zero left in the fridge, and I thought, I got to stop and get some soda. So I popped off after I hit the bank, went into the local Walmart neighborhood grocery, bought a couple of 6-packs of Coke Zero bottles, and I stopped to use the men's room. And while I was in there, Taylor Swift, Shake It Off was on the Muzak. And I was washing my hands, and I thought, it's finally advantageous to use the hand dryer. And sure enough, I put my hands under the air dryer, couldn't hear Taylor Swift anymore, so that worked out pretty well. I was excited about that. Big Bad Burricue. Hi, have a good stream. Thank you. I will do my best. I know I said I was going to look at my maintenance, and then I don't remember. Locked until restoration is paid. All right, well, we can do that. And then let's do some upkeep. Alright, there we go. So it's a good thing I had some cashola. It's enough to get the house unlocked anyway. You're always welcome for the shout out, Bacchus. Bacchus puts up with me way more than any sane person probably should. I'd like to think when he's yelling at his computer when his power's out, he's secretly just getting his frustration with me taken out on inanimate objects. So I appreciate that. Yeah, just an interesting day. A lot of good stuff's happening. Weather hasn't been great. We got some snow yesterday, and I think we're supposed to get some more snow tomorrow. Spring just does not want to spring forward. Bacchus says, what can I say? I enjoy it. He's kind of a glutton for punishment. I'm kind of a safe way for him to treat his inner masochist. Forbin Kid checking in. Hello, Forbin Kid. Welcome. Antler says, it's been dark and cloudy a week. Felt like I had no energy. Yeah, it's been good napping weather, which is really unfortunate because, my employer wants me to stay awake when I'm at the office. But I've had some terrific lunches. Cadian Grill, I had jambalaya. They make everything to order from scratch, so when you get your jambalaya, it was served right from a saute pan. It doesn't sit on a steam table. And then yesterday we went out to the Nicaraguan restaurant out on 168th and Harrison that I like. My coworker had never been there before, and he's at least ancestrally from Guatemala, former resident of Southern California. And he was kind of blown away. He's like, man, I can't believe you've been holding out on me with this place. And I started laughing. I was like, yeah, We had some pupusas, and he had the grilled carne asada with beans and rice and fried plantains. And one of my knocks against this restaurant, Big Bad Burricue says, dark and cloud give me extra energy. You can always fall asleep on stream. I do my best not to. I had a pretty good night's sleep last night, so hopefully I'll be up for a good long run tonight. But my knock against this Nicaraguan restaurant, he has a couple of desserts that look absolutely amazing. And I've never been able to get dessert there because every time I go there, I just sold the last one. Oh, we're out of dessert. Oh, somebody just ordered a whole pan of desserts. I'm like, oh, come on, you're putting me on. You don't even bake dessert, do you? And I was kind of razzing. He's like, oh, yeah, I got the tres leche cake today. And, I mean, we ate, I had the grilled pork and the beans and rice and the plantains, and it comes with a little side of slaw to go with. I ordered a pupusa as well. And, man, the smell of these pupusas, it's white masa corn flour. And they grill them fresh to order, and man, the smell of that grilled corn, it's so good. And the grilled pork was terrific, and everything was just super good. And then we got the tres leche cake, and it was done overkill, which was just the right amount. I mean, I was kind of laughing because it's like I have no idea how good the cake was. It was served in a big kind of a boat-shaped container, and this piece of cake was literally floating in sweetened condensed milk with whipped cream and a cherry on top, and it was cold, and it was super yummy and just delicious and heavenly. And then we turned right around and went and had that Chinese lunch today, and all the food today was off the hook too. So I have been eating well. Last night I made spaghetti for dinner. I've been trying to cook at home more at night. My rule is one good meal a day. So I mean, the problem is when you're bacheloring it because your wife's not at home. I mean, it's really tempting to just go out to eat all the time because it's easier than cooking for one. Not the least of which reason is I also have to do all the dishes. But I made spaghetti last night. It turned out really good. The macaroni and cheese and hot dogs were good tonight. think last weekend I made egg and cheese sandwiches for breakfast. I don't know if the bread is still fresh. I kind of need to do another grocery order, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. So, been trying to cook more. I, I've eaten at some really good restaurants this week, but overall, I'm tired of restaurant food. The problem is for every great meal, I've had some really mediocre crap too, and paid a lot of money for it. Went to a West Mex restaurant called Julio's, and I got one of their specialties. It's called a cowboy enchilada. It's made with brisket, and we got chips and queso last week with it, and it was it wasn't terrible. It was fine, but with the chips and queso and the Diet Dew and the cowboy enchilada with beans and rice, the lunch was stupidly expensive, and it just really wasn't worth the money at all. And I mean, there's better Mexican restaurants within a stone's throw that are way cheaper. And it's like, okay, they opened this new location, and I hadn't been there yet. And I thought, well, let's go try it. And it was like, ugh, just disappointing. Let's see what we got going on here. Very cool. We got a concert going on outside the Prancing Pony. Decline and Wonder. There you go. We got bands playing. We got folks dancing. A lot of pageantry going on. What do we got over here? Mardi Gras parties playing. It's one of the fun aspects of Lord of the Rings Online. You just never know who's going to be out running around. Oh, you were already in a fellowship, Bacchus. With your other character, apparently. There we go. Spring Festival, yes. And hi. Big Bad Burricue says, I would rather spaghetti with good sources to any kind of meat. Except burger for sure. I made mine with pork sausage instead of ground beef. But one of the things I don't normally do that I tried for the first time last night, I saw an Italian chef on YouTube say that if you're going to be making your bolognese for lasagna, you should finely dice what we would call a mirepoix. I forget what the Italian term is for carrot, onion, and celery. But I diced that up and added it to the marinara, and I liked it. It turned out good. It added some extra body to the sauce, and I think that was well worth the effort, especially since I already had all of that in the fridge. There's a lot of different things I make that use carrot, celery, and onion, so I've gotten to the point where I just try to keep those stocked at all time. Also green onion, which I don't use as much green onion as I do the rest of those vegetables, but it's 88 cents for a bundle, so if I buy a bundle of green onion once every 2 weeks and don't use it all, I'm out 88 cents. It's not a big deal. I love this event of game, yeah. Do you do much Italian cooking, Bacchus?
I make pasta from time to time. I don't know that I'd call that Italian cooking.
Do you make a tomato sauce for the pasta?
No, I let other people make that and just put the jar into my food.
Well, there you go. Now, I started with a jar of Bertolli, although one of the things I've learned is that a lot of the pasta sauces you can buy in the market here in the U.S., the less desirable ones are made with tomato paste rather than whole tomatoes. For some reason, the companies who can that stuff are in the East Coast, and the tomatoes are grown on the West Coast. So rather than transport the water from coast to coast, they just get it in paste form, and then there's no real tomato solids in the sauce. But I buy the brand Bertolli is actually made with tomatoes instead of tomato paste. It's really not any more expensive than like the Ragu or Prego or some of the other cheaper store brands here. but it does tend to produce better results. So I learned that on America's Test Kitchen. So they were doing a comparison of popular pasta sauces, and we're talking about the differences between them. But you can spend, I think I spent $2.40 on the Bertolli, and you'll spend just as much for ragu or prego, and you can spend upwards of $7 or $8 on a jar if you go with some of the premium brand stuff. So, I had been working through Moria, and we'll probably go back to Moria. Do you have a port?
I believe I do. Let's have a look. I can get us to Echad Dunan at least.
Okay, that'll work.
I don't know that I'd started Moria.
I have Duran's Threshold myself, but we can all go together.
I know we were ready to start Moria. I don't know that we had, but...
Yeah, I'd ventured in a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to... we do have our legendary... Yeah, I won't be far behind. But I will need to do some catching up.
I'm just going to check my quest log and see where I'm at. Singer says, I think we use Tuderosa when making a batch of pasta sauce. There you go.
Stirrings in the darkness, but no.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, I have Seeker of Knowledge, but I don't seem to have any Moria quest queued.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I might have just come here and just stuck to fishing.
I think what we might have, because we played through far enough to get our legendary items, so you probably find if we pop into the threshold, we'll pick up.
Oh, I've definitely been inside Moria.
Which I've also got Seeker of Knowledge.
Yeah, so my work buddy I go to lunch with all the time was talking. His wife called him up and told him to pick up Kane's Chicken for the kids, which is it's a chicken tender chain here in the U.S. The food's pretty good for what it is, but he dropped like, I don't know, $60 on to-go orders, and gets home and find out that the kids were hungry, so his wife just made him noodles. And I'd been like, yeah, if I were you and I had 3 kids to feed, I would be making pasta at home at least once a week. You can feed a whole army for about $12. And it's good.
Yeah, takeout is expensive. I had some
Well,
very nice Indian takeout the other day, but it's about twice as, at least twice as much to buy it as it is to make it yourself.
yeah, and restaurant prices here in the States have just gone berserk. The prices are up 30 or 50% over where they were pre-pandemic. And, at first it was all, oh, well, gasoline's expensive. And now gas prices have continued to drop. And, the restaurant prices aren't going down. But, they've been so short on labor, now they're paying all their help, $18 or $20 an hour. So they have to jack all the menu prices to cover the labor costs. That is the problem with the $15 an hour minimum wage. It leads to $15 an hour value meals at McDonald's.
Yeah. Or automated checkout and ordering and stuff.
Yeah. Antler says they're even charging more for bowling at the Mark.
You guys seem to be having some trouble with a couple of banks at the moment.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked. I was standing there yesterday. We have CNBC on in the office all day. There's TVs all over the building. And it's like, oh, our company stock is down 10% today. Apparently there was a huge run on all of the financial services companies, which is actually okay for me because I'm diving into the employee stock purchase plan next month. So if the prices are depressed during my buy-in. That just means I get more shares. Assuming, of course, they go up and we don't go out of business the same way. Was it Silicon Valley Bank folded?
Well, they lost 85% or something.
Yeah.
In 24 hours.
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion. Khazad-dûm belongs to Durin's folk.
I'm going to go honor the fallen. Or are we checking for bed bugs?
We will not retreat before anyone.
We check for bed bugs.
The Orcs of Moria have much to account for.
Okay, now I'm going to go plant some banners. Ratholf has the quest over here.
Alright.
I order too much pizza and burger. Oh, when you say that prices, I'm shocked because of that inflation. Everything in Turkey is so expensive. Yeah, I understand Turkey's been experiencing quite a bit of economic woe. Very unfortunate. Oh. Not to mention, you know, earthquakes and all the other things. Yeah. So, it's got to be tough. I mean, to already be having economic hardship and then have, you know, the devastating natural disasters like that hit. Just compounding the problem. Still ordering. You gotta eat. Oh, that's nice. We don't have to plant individual banners.
Yep, just the one.
Okay. Did they change that? Am I remembering this incorrectly? They used to have to come out and plant like 3 or 4 banners.
I think you're right.
Oh, I did something incredibly lazy the other day. I don't know if I confessed to it or not, but I got home. We worked till, like, I worked 8:30 to 12:30 midnight Monday. And even Tuesday I was dragging. And I got home and didn't want to go out and didn't want to cook. I just basically wanted to hang out and sit in my chair. And I ended up, I paid $8 to get $12 worth of very mediocre KFC food delivered.
Yes,
and it was just like,
I
I was filled with regret. It wasn't terrible, but it was just like, oh, what are you doing? Get your lazy ass out to the car, yeah.
Greasy, oily poison.
No, I did the pot pie and the chicken sandwich, and it did, like I said, it really wasn't too bad. The pot pie was a little disappointing for $7, but the chicken sandwich was pretty serviceable.
Right, this goat is going to rapidly get on my nerves with this jingle, jingle, jingle.
Intervision Art says, how do you sign up for raids or dungeons? I just returned to the game. Well, if you have a group to do them with, you don't necessarily have to have a group. A lot of them are available solo. But if you just go to this button here in the lower left, on the toolbar it pulls up a submenu, and you're looking for Instance Finder. And it'll pull up a list of available instances, skirmishes, epic battles. For instance, epic battles are available to anybody level 10 or higher. They start out in Western Gondor, Western Rohan, and then go into Gondor. Those are pretty fun to do, and they're completely scalable, solo or duo, or you can do them as 3-man, 6-man, or 12-mans, depending on which one you're running. The skirmishes are broken down into offense and defense. And for instance, what was one we just ran the other day? I like to run Storm on Methedris a lot, so I'll use that as an example. Storm on Methedris. Oh, I'm not seeing it because I haven't unlocked it on this character. Like, where's all these? This is a alt account. But I can pick, let's do Trouble in Tuckborough. There's a drop-down menu where you can do it 1, 2, 3, 6, or 12 players. You can tier the difficulty 1, 2, or 3. The higher the number, the more challenging. And you can adjust the level. There's a lot of fun things like that you can just jump into and do. Level 21, yeah.
Stay a moment. We will need your aid against
You
the
often
orcs of
see
Moria.
people recruiting in general chat or LFF as well for especially the endgame stuff.
Yep, they call
At least
it
at tier 1.
pickup groups or pickup fellowships, where World Chat will just be asking people to join certain raids or instances. Now, if you don't know which ones are which, then that can be problematic. You'll kind of have to get that sorted out. But yeah, we run them on Wednesday nights on Evernight and ask for folks to join our pickup groups and run raid dungeons and things like that. It's a lot of fun. You can solo most of them. You can a significant number of them. Some of them are designed only for large groups, but a lot of that is actually soloable. Yeah, they said there's
all the 3-man ones you can solo.
8 epic battles, and a lot of the skirmishes can be done solo. And what I like running those in particular is, like, let's say you only have 30 or 45 minutes to play. You can't really get too involved in epic storyline content, or you don't want to wander out and get lost somewhere and then forget what you were doing the next time you log in. You can just log in and right from the middle of town launch a skirmish or an epic battle, and when you're done with it, you'll just be right back where you started. So, do we have to go turn that in? Was there something else to do up here first?
Welcome to Moria. Speak with Thormut. There are quests up there, but I think we do need to.
Oh, that's okay. We'll go turn this in. Get my little dwarf legs shuffling along here.
Get your steps in for the day.
And the first good thing you did, Intervision Art, was come to this channel. This is the official channel for Standing Stone Games, Lotro's publisher. Excuse me, Lotro's developer, not publisher. And they have a bunch of volunteer streamers that are on here throughout the week. One of them is myself. I am not an employee or team member at Standing Stone, but the community manager, Cordovan, is a Standing Stone Games employee and does stream here on Fridays during the day. Popular swan kite. Oh, I haven't retraded my skills yet. My tree's still garbage. So yeah, before we get into too much fighting, I'll probably need to take care of that. But the point being that this channel is normally populated with a lot of long-time knowledgeable players who are happy to answer questions too. So if you run into a question or can't quite figure something out, this is definitely the right place.
You don't have the quest yet?
No. I did not see a ring above his head.
Okay, you might need to head back down the stairs then. Unless he... the guy where we handed in that Welcome to Moria quest had a follow-on to talk to this guy.
Oh, I don't think I talked to him after we got done polishing swords or whatever we were doing. I'll go back there real quick.
Not that one. The one downstairs at the entrance.
Doesn't he have a quest too?
This guy, no. Once you, I think that's an auto-complete, and then you go ahead and back at the beginning.
Okay. That's always the hazard of streaming, is trying to pay attention to chat and to the game dialogue.
Yep.
That's why Zinger and Bacchus usually hang out with me, to keep me from getting too off track. So what do you think, Ring of Power? Most people seem dissatisfied. I'm not an Amazon Prime subscriber. I haven't seen a lick of that show. As much as I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, its original storyline. Would I like to see it? Sure, but actually what's funny is I haven't hardly been watching anything. I spend most of my nights playing. Even on nights when I'm not streaming, I'd rather play video games than watch TV. I don't have a turn in here. What is bugged out?
Nothing to pick up?
Nope. What's it saying?
You are ineligible. What level are you? 50. That might be why. I think you maybe need to get to level 52.
I'm 54. Oh no, I'm 51. That doesn't make any sense. This is a level 50 area. I should be fine.
No, I remember. No, I think you're right. It's problematic when you come in here at 45 and get your LI and you're still level 46, 47 when you finish, because a lot of the quests need you to be,
Yeah.
I think, at level 48 at least. So Thormod has nothing for you. Hold on a second. Welcome to Moria. What is it under Welcome to Moria? Assist who?
Athels?
Oh, you know what you haven't done? But use the Forge 2, reforge the blades.
Oh, I haven't
So you
used the
half did
forge,
quest-
okay.
Yeah, you half did the quest upstairs.
See, I told you I thought there was something I missed back there.
Yeah.
You were like, no. Is there a way of making the bag inventory window bigger? It's so small.
Okay, that can be two things. In terms of number of slots, or in terms of the actual size on your screen.
The UI is completely scalable.
Yeah.
If you go to Options, I hit Escape to open that up, and you go to User Interface Settings.
Yeah, actually, the inventory window is one of those that doesn't scale. What resolution are you playing at Innovision? Because unfortunately, this is one of the things they're working on, is UI scaling on higher resolutions. At 4K, for example, certain of your UI elements do remain quite small. Most, like 90% of it is scalable, but yeah, fortunately the size of your inventory bag isn't one of them.
He's set to Ultra, he says. Yeah, I'm at 1440p and I have a hard time reading stuff.
Yeah, no, it's like half the size at 4K compared to 1440. Excuse me. But in terms of, do you have one bag or do you have multiple smaller bags?
He has 3 bags.
All right, it might be worth demonstrating how to.
Or she has
Your
3
bag.
bags. My apologies.
Yeah, we are making assumptions here. Well, if you look at your main bag, you'll see
We
there's a
will
little
reclaim
cog
Khazad-dûm
icon at
for
the top
Dine
left
Ironfoot.
of bag 1 called Edit Mode. And if you click that, it'll bring up all of your all the bags that you have unlocked, and then you can click and drag bag slots from different bags.
That's what I'm looking for, is the edit mode button. There you go.
There we go.
So you can resize your bags and make them, like if you just wanted 2 bags, or if you wanted 1 giant bag like I normally have. But the storage slots are draggable.
If you want to increase the number of slots that you have, you need to buy that from the store. Up to a maximum of, I think it's 135. Yes, 135.
Well, that's not nearly enough.
You need more because of poor inventory management, Ed. That's plenty sufficient bag space.
So, like, if I wanted 5 bags, I can just click the cog again, and then only the bags that have storage slots available will show up.
Shared storage. I think if you open the store up at the top left where you can search for inventory. Yeah, it's I think about 400, 500 Lotro points for 5 slots, but they do have them on sale reasonably often, at least every couple of months.
Yeah, storage is the most precious resource in Lord of the Rings Online. More valuable than mithril or gold. Yeah, bag space is called inventory on the store. Thank you, Toffee Swirl. See, like I said, lots of knowledgeable people hanging out in this channel. Plus me. I know stuff, but it's almost all useless. Now I have to go back down and talk to what's his name.
You do.
I'm gonna ride this delicious pig around. That way if we get lost in Moria, we'll at least eat well.
May Durin return
Yeah, you gotta
soon to
cut
his
the pigs
halls.
between us.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria. If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here. What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not. I doubt that Lord Balin still lives. Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
You could have a luau in the loads. That does sound delicious.
It is said that Durin's bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
So we're almost done with Spider Slayer and Goblin Slayer. Almost.
That's,
Do we have to go back and talk to him again?
Yep.
I'm not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Actually, just thinking, it might have been a better idea for you to take the medium armor box and then choose a DPS piece. So you lose a little bit of armor, but you at least get, stats that you're looking for.
That's okay. I should basically finish up Grodbog Slayer. Or I have a few hundred to go, one of the two.
Stand and speak with
I
me. The
think
fate of Khazad-dûm
you
hangs
might
in the
have
balance.
taken
We have
a
little
wrong
time to
turn.
speak. Great events have been
No.
set in motion. We have little time to speak.
Where did you think we
Great
were
events
going?
have been set in motion.
There's that guy who's digging for treasure down past where we rescued that guy from the goblin.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We can go back and do that, too. I was just excited to get a murder of these goblins.
Well, we can do that too. I mean, the guy digging isn't going anywhere, so...
That's a true story. I was just going to say, why don't you let me redo my trait trees? But I guess you can just start murdering stuff if you can't wait.
Yeah, I'll start murdering stuff.
Okay. Well, I can follow her behind.
Yeah, Red Brown frequently complains that I'm a murder hobo. Bloodthirsty. Must kill everything. And I think that's Donnie checking in.
Big huge grizzly bear. Nope, that is not Donnie. That is Big huge grizzly bear.
Oh.
Hi, Big huge grizzly bear.
This champ is yellow line, and I've got no idea how to play a yellow line champ.
Two-handed weapon. And you're mostly going to be good at hitting multiples.
The abilities are a bit different. Oh, I'll figure it out at some point.
Fair enough.
That guy... Yeah, that goblin in the corner's onto a sweet deal. Tucked away in bed, so tightly we can't reach in to kill him.
Well, I'm glad for him.
Yep. he gets to live. Right, I think we need to go back to the guy up the ramp and end in.
Hold, please.
Or I could be mistaken. I'm not
Yeah,
seeing- Nope,
we need to
I'm
talk to the guy down at the other exit.
Yeah.
We can get there this way, though. It's not a big deal. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if you attack the general, everything else in the tent aggroes you. So you want to be careful not to do that.
I'm sure I managed that without pulling everything. But yeah, we can test your theory.
No, you got us murdered horribly.
No, I think I got you murdered horribly. I'm pretty sure I managed to run away.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought I managed to run away the last time you told this story. Here's the guy
This is
we need to
possible.
turn these quests into.
I think one of us got away and one of us got murdered. I can't remember who it was though.
With my luck, I was probably the one who got murdered.
Always a possibility.
Interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That looks like I'm probably going to level 2.
Oh, congratulations in advance.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Thank you.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Medium boots. One-handed axe.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm. Abide here a
Follow the
moment and
road
speak
further
with me.
into Moria. Yep, this is a dead end. Why are you following me?
Because I thought you knew where you were going.
Kinda?
Heading in the right direction.
Well, I'm mostly looking at trait trees and junk. I think we're supposed to follow the lamps is the key.
That would help.
Yep, up here. Yep, there you go. I love lamp. Oh,
If you don't mind breaking legs, we can shortcut down to this guy.
Sage's Locker. Khazad Skarn. I thought there was a way to get down from over here without breaking legs.
Oh, just carefully down the side here. Looks like it should work.
Yeah. See, nobody broke nothing.
Oh, my little
These halls will be great
second
once more.
But no biggie.
Oh, I had another funny moment earlier this week. The 7900 XT, the card below your card. Newegg had one on sale for $7.99, like $100
That's
below
not bad.
MSRP. That's a really good deal. And the card's basically AMD's version of a 3090 Ti, but for $800 and with 20 gigs of RAM. It's an exceptionally fast card, and the 7900 XT and 7900 XTX do ray tracing as well as the RTX 30 series cards, the high-end ones. I think your card's about the equivalent of a 3080 Ti when it comes to ray tracing.
That's not terrible.
It should be better than not terrible. It should be really good. It's not quite state-of-the-art, but, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to buy a
40
bigger
series.
case to even fit a 40 series card.
Well, that is one thing I ran into with my case. It barely fits. Although this XFX card that I got is a little bit on the fat side.
Well, it was the XFX Merc 319 version of the 7900 XT, and those have been
those
really
are
well
very good.
reviewed. But I've gone off ranting about how people shouldn't buy, $500 or $600 is the most you should spend, and I'm looking at that going, damn, that's a pretty good price. Well, if I sell my 6700 XT, yeah, that'd be pretty. And then I'm just like, no, I can't. I've railed against $1,000 video cards so much. I'd be kind of a jackass if I bought one. I'm kind of a
It's not
jackass
$1,000.
anyway. But I know
It's
it would have only been
$800.
$800, and I would have had 300 of it covered by my old video card. But it's like,
So it's a $500 card.
yeah.
I'll try to behave and not enable. Yeah.
No, that's okay. I'm usually, there's a reason why none of my flying buddies want their wives don't want them talking to
Yeah.
me. I'm the guy, which plane should I buy, Ed? We'll get them both, and that way you'll know which one you like better. That's good thinking. It's like, I know. But of course, the danger for me would be as soon as I had that card in hand. Oh, gee, my 5700 XT runs it pretty well. I wonder how much faster this card would be with a 7000 series chip.
Barlin came, but we have heard no word from him.
So,
Probably not too much.
yeah, that extra $100 I saved on the
Foul
video
and
card
nameless
would
things
probably
we
end up
face
costing
in
me
Moria,
$1,000
I know
more in
not.
processor, video card, or motherboard and RAM.
Yeah. It was a very expensive upgrade for me this time around because of exactly that motherboard RAM. Well, I mean, I would have upgraded anyway, but I wouldn't necessarily have upgraded to AM5.
Well, they are running some bundles right now where you can save like an extra $40 on a processor and board. And I mean like the lowest end, a 7600 non-X chip, and their Gigabyte makes a really nice board for $149. That's a B650 chipset. And it's actually, I think it was Hardware Unboxed reviewed it and really liked the board. And it's the board I built with for my friend's son, and turned out to be one of the best budget AM5 boards on the market, which was pretty cool. Weren't we already in here killing stuff?
We were, so we should have actually. Did you get the quest to come back and speak to this guy again?
Yeah, who are we talking to?
Jamar up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was supposed to give us 3 quests that we've already done.
Yeah, so this is the go ahead and move on quest?
Yeah.
The time has come to drive
We
forth
did
the
get a
Alright.
lords of our kingdom.
That's okay, that's why we doubled back. So now we're back to following the road.
And murdering anything that moves on the way.
Exactly. But one of the amusing parts of the market right now is Newegg had the 7700X for cheaper than the regular 7700 non-X version. course, it doesn't come with a cooler, and the 7700 Non-X comes with that Wraith Prism cooler that's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, you do need a fairly hefty cooler.
Yeah.
This new AMD stuff runs warm.
Yes, it does. The Intel stuff runs even warmer.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this now. My processor's running at 73 Celsius, and my great GPU is running at 83. And yeah, idle is like 70 odd Celsius for my GPU, which seems a little on the high side.
It's this camp over here.
Yeah, I was just killing the goblin because he was there.
Okay. As long as he had a good reason.
Dwarves must
There
fight
was a
for
goblin.
dwarves. We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance. Abide
Somebody
here a
apparently
moment and
started
speak
a
with
rumor earlier this week that the new X3D chips with the 3D V-cache, the integrated video is 4 times faster on the V-cache chips than the regular chips. So that kind of caught the internet by storm, and then it turned out to be not true.
That does sound like a little bit much of a...
Well, and I got bad news for him. Slow is still slow, even if it's sped up 4 times.
Yep.
The integrated graphics on the 7000 series aren't APU quality. They're like more like Intel's, oh, do you need to post video or work in a spreadsheet? Okay, you can do it. Palace of Nain. Grodbog. Chat got really quiet. Maybe we're not talking about food enough. I think all this PC talk has probably put Zinger to sleep. Freebie this week is 100% crafting XP. Nice. Oh, I hate this quest.
Fairly sure it's annoying, yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. I'm not getting the graphic artifacting. Strange.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
Speaking about graphics cards, my performance in this is still... Well, I mean, it's certainly not causing a problem, but it's terrible compared to what it should be. I do not understand why my performance is so low in Lotro.
So you think that you need more than 24 gigs of VRAM for Lotro?
Well, I can load the entire game into just my VRAM and run it off that. So I don't, like I said, I don't know why I'm only getting like the performance I do. I mean, right now it's fine. I'm getting 130 to 200 frames a second. It's bouncing around all over the place, but I should be getting about 130,000 frames a second on this computer.
Oh, I don't know if they changed something in Apex or something in Proton. I was able to turn my graphics all the way back up in Apex Legends when I'm playing and streaming in Linux.
Nice.
Doesn't seem to hurt performance at all. So I don't know why I needed to run it so slow at first, but at least it runs. Now it runs really well.
That's always satisfying.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves. The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm. The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom. We have seen naught of Durin's Bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
Still on your murder spree.
Hmm? Now sorting out virtues quickly.
Okay.
And I thought I'd give you a chance to murder a few things. I'd be a little worried about walking into that room if it's shaking and rattling and like that. Structural integrity does not seem the greatest.
I barely noticed because I've owned British sports cars.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Summon and defeat the Grudbug Hive Queen.
We've defeated the Hive Queen.
Yep, she did not make it. She went splat kind of quickly.
She did.
Well, I guess there were two of us beating on her.
Yep.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm. stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs
We
in the
ride
balance.
for the Dolven view. And for glory. Pont and Finberry checking in. Hello, Pont and Finberry. Hope your weekend is off to a good start.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane! If only the elves were not so stiff-necked, we might make a swift victory of this endeavor. Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles. If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Balin came, but we have heard no word from him.
My quest log is full. Interesting.
Excuse me.
I need to hit a vendor real quick.
The best craftsmen were once found in Khazad-dûm. Soon they shall be again.
Well, you're at the right place.
I am in the right place. Let's see what we can get rid of. Interesting.
We don't need to go back into Sana for anything, do we?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so Sana has ancient dwarf weapons. Superfluous to requirements. Or surplus to requirements, perhaps.
Very interesting.
The Lords of Moria have returned! You shall need to be better equipped should you venture into Khazad-dûm.
Oh, I've got Supreme Prospector, but not Supreme Metalsmith. Okay. Wish I hadn't opened that scroll, but too late.
Excuse me. Well, my champion has Supreme, so if you need to clear a bit of bag space.
Alrighty then. I must have missed a turn somewhere.
Where you going?
I was going to go clear a path.
Down here.
Yep. I didn't want to get too big of a head start on Blind Leaper.
I seem to recall there being a path this way.
As do I.
Ah, here we go.
Got it?
I believe so.
I didn't see where you went.
Back up a little bit. Yep, back up. Actually, no, I still remember there being a pathway that led... Because this takes us into the goblin camp.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's supposed to be a path that leads us around the back of... Did they change Moria? Yeah, there's supposed to be a way around the backs where you can kill,
Yeah, and there's rubble to be cleared.
yeah.
We both remember it.
Or we're both confused. Excuse me.
That doesn't look like a very reliable path.
Oh, you know where it is. It's across here and around the back of the...
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, it's been a while.
That it has.
Excuse me. I think I need to grab another Coke Zero.
No, I don't think I've ever finished this deed to kill deep claw hunters on any character. I've just never had a reason to kill 300 of the damn things.
To complete the deed. We don't have the quest for the goblin camp yet, or at least I don't. Did you pick it up?
Nope. We picked that up a little bit further along.
We head back up.
Well, we got a quest objective over here, straight up the...
Oh, the Lonely Span, or whatever it is?
yeah. Oh, somebody's looking for people for Remicant.
We know that feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, so fun fact, on Wednesday, we did... well, we thought we'd warm up with Nair Band because it was the featured instance, so we ran it at 140. And interesting tidbit, it very much behooves you to have Light of Ariandel equipped, which you don't get on level 140 gear unless, of course, you run that instance. So you have to go in there and get wrecked repeatedly until jewelry drops, and then you can start adding Light of Ariandel back in. But none of the jewelry that I got dropped was anywhere near as good as the regular stuff I had. So that was kind of peculiar. A little bit frustrating, because we did take a pretty good beating. And then we went and did Remicant, and got our butts handed to us there, too. We did get further than we'd ever gotten before. That was quite fun.
Seen it. We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for
Now I think
dying
we go downstairs.
Ironfoot.
Well, I thought this, don't we have to talk to Svegvi over here? Slagvi?
Yeah, he gives us the quest to go downstairs.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have
Scout
surely
the camp,
ruined it.
or find Wigfast, the scout to Gazapmur. You need to clear some bag space.
You don't say.
It is said that Durin's bane dwells here, though we have not seen it. If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Yeah, I'm going to walk this one.
The way behind you. That's one of the downsides to multi-boxing is the number of high places for you to fall off of, or to lose your tune on follow-up. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost walked right off a cliff
These
myself.
halls will be great once more. Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance. We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
I just picked up a quest item.
Checking inventory.
Should be a cup or something. Mark of the White Hand.
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
Well, it's just a matter of a few more until we find it then.
That sounds like a plan. Oh, I do have it. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know if doing narrowband is important enough we want to bother collecting jewelry for it. That's the question.
Oh, I mean, it's one of the featured instance rotation now, so that might become a reason.
Ooh. Yep, here he comes. He did not make it.
Nope, he did not.
What do you think, Zinger? Is Nairband worth collecting jewelry for?
wonder if they're not gonna maybe either increase the amount of light that we have or remove the light requirement, because I think it's only the last boss fight where you need the light of Arendelle.
Well, that's why we were getting dropped so fast throughout the whole instance.
No, we were managing. It's just really, really rough pulls for most of it. I think it was only right at the end we were having an LOE issue. Maybe have to go in there and test again at some point.
Singer says they're not really making the rewards for daily instance rewarding enough, so don't worry about it.
I tested that theory about the medium box, and it's not particularly impressive stuff.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves. Dwarves must fight for dwarves. May Durin return soon to his halls. If we are to find Mithril and Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs. We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Right, one more overseer.
I think they respawn, or we have to go back into the goblin camp to get them. Whichever you'd prefer. May as well head into the goblin camp. Not that way, though. He's right here. Oh, you got him. Okay.
I think you've made a friend. Well, one of us has made a friend.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
It was me.
Oh, I'm still missing a platform. Ooh, this one. I didn't get this one around the corner.
May Durin return soon to his halls. If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to
Find
deal
the
with
source
orcs.
of the echo. that a dwarf from Rivendell?
Gallant of Rivendell. Yep, that is a little bit bizarre. Very weird that there's an induction on picking up quests.
Yes.
Here we go.
What do you got?
The quest objective.
Ancient dwarf text.
Yep. Right, now back up to Dolphin View, I think.
Oh crap.
It was bound to happen eventually.
I thought I'd stopped in time too. That must be one of the 7 points though. I got a notification from the fall.
Oh, there we go. Well, I will...
Yeah, you might want to jump down too.
Yep.
And I'm back in the dolphin view, just like that. I was just sure there were going to be stairs there.
Yeah, there's quite a few places where it's very, very easy to run off the edge. Or not see that there's stairs.
Gotta pay attention, Eduardo. Although in my defense, I have been overdue for grabbing a fresh beverage, so I will take care of that. And I probably need to vendor some more stuff. There's a bug on this account where I cannot use stacks of things, which is why I'm having to click those individually. It's very distressing.
How may I be of service?
There's a bit on the weird side.
Weird is what I do best.
Well, while you are grabbing a fresh beverage, I will quickly get up and stretch legs. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. And okay, chair stream hype. I will be right back. Tactical retreat indeed.
And back again.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
And just for fun, I grabbed some sweet Thai chili seasoned almonds.
That does sound quite nice.
They're pretty yummy. I wish I could lie to you and tell you they're like ash in my mouth and you wouldn't like them, but you're too good a man, Bacchus. I won't fib.
Oh, I do appreciate that.
You will find no better craftsmen than Durin's folk.
Alright, inventory's clear and I got 2 pack spaces open. I am golden.
Yeah, your definition of clear inventory and everybody else's may be a little bit different.
That's alright.
Dark things dwell now in Moria. Dark things dwell now in Moria. Orcs of Moria have much to account for.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
This is apparently a solo or duo instance only, which is a bit annoying.
Yep.
The best craftsmen were once found in Khazad-dûm. Soon they shall be again.
If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here. Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles. If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
Above the great forges of Khazad-dûm lies a chamber that was used to cool the rising steam and return it as water to the pools of Moria. What purpose could goblins have within the walls of that ancient chamber?
What do you need?
Why is that goblin glowing green? Oh, didn't seem to help him.
What do you need?
Right, now we have to run out. Or yeah, we can leave instant.
Perfect.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Seems a bit weird that they were still giving out main weapon quest rewards at this point.
Yeah,
Because,
through the
they can be
allies.
items. Yeah.
Well,
Well, then again, you do get weird people who do non-allied playthroughs, so I guess they also need weapons. Ooh, excuse me.
The time has come.
You
to
are
drive forth the orcs
excused.
from our kingdom.
Nine of 10 on Charming Sword Seas. What a bummer. And 0 of 10? I had Charming Sword Sheaths. I guess not. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There it is, 10 of 10. Task limit reached.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost? The day of the dwarves is coming. Hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory to tell.
It's a tale of glory.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not. I doubt that Lord Balin still lives.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
These halls will be great once more. Abide here a moment and speak with me.
Collect swatches of fabric. Where'd you head off to?
Just back up here.
Okay.
Didn't get too far.
Well, I was just thinking we're a little over the 2-hour mark and you're already yawning. Shall we call it here?
Well, if you'd like, it's not a bad place to stop.
Yeah, I think we did okay. Viewership's fallen off a little bit and chat's kind of dead and I'm not really feeling it anymore. So, glad we dusted off Warsteinik and made a little progress, but Moria can wait.
Not a problem.
So, you guys don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We will go raid. Let's see. Celestia's playing Elder Scrolls Online. Lariana's playing No Man's Sky. Looks like Val's packed it up for the night.
She's streaming at very inconvenient times for me. I don't catch her streams anymore, which is a pity.
I must be glad she's back streaming.
Yep, it is good to see her back online.
Looks like it is Ferone. So yeah, we'll go join Ferone for some chill Friday night Lotro. Anyway, thanks to Bacchus for joining me. Thanks to all of you for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I should be on my channel tomorrow night.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was fun.
Oh, I think I shouted him out instead of rating him. That's a good sign of why I'm calling it a little early tonight. I might be just a touch punchy. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go over and check out Ferone. Have a great weekend, everybody. Come by my channel and say hi if you get the chance. And we'll see you later.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Westfeld next. Maybe Westfeld.